Hey guys, welcome to this week's Amazing Race Chat. It's episode 3.
It is the social media explosion edition.
Explosion.
All right, so they're staying in Colombia.
Yes, in Cartagena.
I'm still waiting for like Sofia Vergara to just show up. Like,
Colombia is so much more than just Sofia.
please give us the chicon. All right. Everybody is so freaking tightly wound this season.
Because everybody really wants to win.
Everybody's freaking the freak out.
These social media types, you may not think it at first, but they are
very
super
competitive. Very
Super
competitive.
competitive.
All right, so they have to go to the Plaza San Diego.
Right. And then they're going to Castillo San Felipe, the catacombs.
The catacombs, which were just a bunch of hallways.
They're underground tunnels, you know.
How far
Are you
underground
hating
did they
on
go?
it? I don't know, but everybody was like, oh my god, we have to go underground again?
I mean, it didn't seem that bad from what they showed.
I think if you're claustrophobic, it seemed very bad.
Well, Erin was claustrophobic, and she was having a freak out. She needed some major freak out control.
After they got the clue, she was like, I'll do anything you want, just get me out of here. I felt so bad for her.
I know. That must have been terrible for her. But it's a detour.
Woo! You could either do tickets or Tejo. So let's talk about tickets first. Only a few teams did this one.
Yep.
We had...
I have a piece of quinoa right here.
We had Zach and Rachel, Erin and Jocelyn, and Scott and Blair. So for this one, you had to be Mr. or Mrs. or both conductor.
You had to ride around hanging out of a bus, trying to get people to get on the bus and then get money from them. I think it cost 1,800 pesos to ride.
Yeah, and you needed to collect a total of 20,000 pesos.
Yes. Zach and Rachel were having some trouble with this.
Well, Zach was getting some love from some YouTube fans.
Hey, you're that guy on YouTube, aren't you?
Can we take a selfie? Yo, your videos are awesome.
Well, Rachel does not know how to count because she thought the ones were tens.
So they were like 5,000 pesos short, and they had to go back and finish that up. So that really set them back.
Under.
Yeah, they had to go back.
That really cost them a lot of time.
It did. Scott and Blair had a strategy for this. She was,
Daddy, I'm gonna get them on the bus.
Pesos for pesos! For pesos! Pesos for pesos!
Pay my pimp daddy.
Oh my god!
Daddy, I got another one.
Pesos for pesos! It seemed to work though. She was getting them on that bus.
Something tells me she did not talk like that on her videos. Otherwise, I don't think she would have gotten that many subscribers.
I don't know.
Subscribe!
I mean, it worked for her though. They got a lot of people on that bus, so.
All right, well, on the other side, Tejo.
Everybody else said Tejo.
You had to explode 3 targets. I guess.
Did you say explode?
Explode 3 targets. They have like gunpowder in the targets, and
it was
you have to
like
throw these weights.
On crack.
Kind of. It looked like a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah, that seems like a good like 4th of July game because like you got cornhole, but then it's like cornhole with a pop.
Yeah. Well, I'm seeing a whole new side of Dana.
Oh my god, Dana, reel it in. Come on, girl.
Something tells me you're gonna be waiting a while for that wedding because you're out of control. She's gonna be a bridezilla.
I don't know. Maybe Matt likes that, but she's all like, "Get out of my zone. Go back into your own little world."
Well, you know what? I think he's a little tightly wound too, because at the beginning, before they started the episode, they showed him like running around the airport, like, why isn't anyone here?
Yeah. They calm down, guys. Calm down.
All right. So next stop. You want to say that? Because I don't speak Spanish.
Why, it's Calle San Juan de Dios.
All right. You had to find the marked bag vendor.
Right. So this is a roadblock. It's for one teammate. And you have to pick out a bag from this starting vendor. And then you have to go around to all these other vendors between...
The marked vendors.
Yes. Between, I guess it was 2 streets. Mm-hmm. Or 2 plazas.
2 plazas.
You had to find 2 bags that match the designer of your own bag.
Right. Now... The design didn't necessarily match exactly.
It didn't have to be exactly the same.
It had to be the same designer, though. And
yeah, and they had a tag inside each bag that had the name of the designer.
And a lot of the racers did not realize that right away, so that, made it a little bit difficult. But
a lot of them were getting lost trying to find the different vendors.
Yeah, even though they had maps. Cole and Jessica ended up teaming up.
They
She
were
had
working
all of
together.
her bags already, but she still wanted to help him.
Yeah, she's like, you know what? I don't think we're in last place, so I'm gonna keep helping.
That's pretty
That's
nice.
nice.
It's nice, but you know what? She's looking
Maybe
for
not
something
the
in
smartest.
return.
Yeah, I don't
but
know.
She'll look for payback in the future. Scott and Erin teamed up, kind of.
They were like figuring out the map together, but then Erin was like, I need to get out of here. And
They were
Scott was
like
like, wait,
frenemies.
are you working with me or what? So like there was some there.
Frenemies.
Yeah.
All right.
Frenemies for sure.
Well, let's talk about the pit stop. Baluarte, Santiago. I took French in
De
school for like
Santiago.
100,000 years.
Yeah. So it was a pretty sweet pit stop. First
Miss
team.
Cartagena was there.
She was.
Give us the
She was like, I'm Miss Cartagena. And everybody was like, yes. So first to the pit stop,
Brody
Frisbee.
and Kurt.
Yep.
They won a trip to friggin' Mykonos. Hello.
I want that. They tore this leg up.
They did.
They just zipped right through
Well,
it.
you know who else was fabulous and didn't have to do a damn thing? Tyler and Corey.
Woo!
Oh my god, I could just watch those guys forever.
Mm-hmm.
They're so entertaining and they have such great chemistry together.
It definitely seemed like an advantage this week to do Tejo instead of tickets because
Absolutely.
I think tickets really slowed a lot of teams down.
They only had to explode 3 in the Tejo, so I mean that was like a no-brainer.
Well, I mean, if you're good at that kind of thing, it's good. But if you're like a total mess with throwing things at targets, maybe not the best idea.
All right, well, who cares about the middle of the pack? Let's just talk about the last 2.
Okay, so it came down to Zach and Rachel and Darius and Cameron.
All right.
So Zach and Rachel fell behind because we said
Because of
earlier
the bus thing.
the whole mishap with the tickets.
10s, 1s? Oh, you're the CFO
Oh no, Rachel.
of our company? We're in trouble.
And Darius and Cameron started at the back of the pack at the beginning of the leg, so they're
They just
trying
stayed
to
there.
catch up.
Yeah, well, Darius and Cameron finished, I think, before Zach and Rachel, but he didn't know where he needed to cash in his bags
Oh
to get the clue for the pit
he
stop.
couldn't find the right vendor, which was right next to the teammates that were waiting.
Didn't he see them, like, give in the bags and get a clue in return?
I guess not.
And I don't even know if his brother knew either, because at the end he seemed a little clueless
I
about
don't
the whole
know.
thing.
If he did know, though, I don't think he was allowed to
No,
say because it would have been
he
like
would've had a penalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that must have been brutal just watching that happen.
Well, Zach and Rachel, it almost looked like Darius and Cameron were going to beat them out anyway because they didn't know where to go for the pit stop. They went the wrong way.
they had some trouble finding Phil. But
Yeah.
they did eventually. So Zach and Rachel ended up beating out Darius and Cameron, who were eliminated. Oh.
I know. I hate when people get eliminated, no matter who they
Yeah.
are. Unless they're jerks, but
They're
they
not
weren't jerks.
Yeah.
Next time, OMG. I'm thinking Brody must be deaf. Because Blair and Brody are turning into Bloody. You know what I got to say?
Pesos for pesos, Brody!
Daddy, I'm hooking up with Brody.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's
I'm sure that's
happening.
going to be exciting.
Never mind.
So let us know what you guys thought of this episode. And until next time,
Much love.
Edit.